That's my new thermos, a mayonnaise jar till I can buy me a stainless steel.
And I thought about something. Yeah, this right here and my wedding ring. I'm gonna put, this is a ring, I don't know, I paid like, I think $50 for it. And the jewelry store set up here, it might be worth $350. But my wife wanted that. We went to Cozumel on a cruise. But just check this out. I ain't worn my ring, and my ring finger, so you can barely see the ring imprint. It's been about 14 months. But I lost a little bit of weight. And check that out. It just goes on and off. So I was thinking about, see that? It goes on and then off. Oh, I could almost sling it off. So I've lost some weight. So the ring don't fit me no way. But I thought about putting my wedding band back on, even though my wife's passed. Anybody ever done that? Am I losing my mind? But I'm gonna take this little key thing and put them together. I took that off my wife when she passed in the hospital. They wanted to cut her finger, and I used a little bit of the hand sanitizer and took it off of her. But I almost put my ring back on. I know she's in heaven, but I figured, shoot, I still feel like I'm married. It's crazy. And I ain't really been nobody I've tried to date that was even halfway worthy, so it ain't crazier than these days and time. It's crazy. So yeah, it's too big for me now. Boom. Well, look at the M&M. Ain't that sweet? It's only 250 calories. I probably can't eat nothing else. I done ate a lot today. Maybe that soda I got for free at the Chinese place, I might drink it when I go home. That'll be about it while I walk my 5 miles.
What did you have in your coffee?
Well, this is almost done.
What, Papa?
We've had coffee.
Which one's in now, Papa?
Which I gotta go out here and walk. They're trying to make me sweet. They must think I'm too sour up here. Give me donut, make me sweet. Look at that. That's what my son-in-law and daughter's gonna be getting soon. I hope anyway. They might live with me till I pass. That's pretty cool. Spitting all over my phone. That's not cool. I'm eating the apple. Feel pretty good. I already got 4 miles. So, see how long it takes me. Well, I do about 2 miles, 2.6 miles an hour. So, it'll be a while. I'm just going to walk around and get 8 miles. And I didn't eat anything when I come home with some apple because it was kind of bad today. I had them 2 donuts. They were free. They got me a t-shirt. So, fixing to go walk around a little bit. Enjoy the nice fresh air. I not get much walking in today. And my apples. Yep. It said it was going to happen. Rain happened in 10 minutes. So, probably gonna get my 8 miles in today. I had like 3 something from work. I'm gonna throw it over there. Maybe that'll work. But it's kind of weird rain. It ain't solid. It's coming and going. So I had to get me a cheeseburger. I was gonna video it, but I ate the thing too fast. It was huge. I don't know. Seems like the rain might be coming a little bit heavier now. But I was getting these things called Protein Premier, and they were saying the other protein shakes are supposed to be better for you anyway, because they got a big lawsuit against these. They say 30 grams, but they're only like 26.9 or 28.9. So everybody that was in the lawsuit, I think, got $15 a piece according to Google, because they lied about it. And they use like saccharin and stuff, or not saccharin, but whatever that stuff is, artificial sweetener or something. And Ensure, I think they said it's better. Might be more sweeter, but it says 30 grams on the Ensure. Probably more expensive. Probably won't taste as good, but they're better for you, according to Google. But who wrote the article? The victory of war. Whoever wins can make the narrative. That's how it goes. Yeah, wearing my new shirt. Where I work at, they gave shirt out to the employees, and I'm like a contractor, so they gave me one. What was funny, the lady, she works at the main plant, and she come out there and she threw a box down at the door while I was in the lobby, and she come back and opened the door for her. I said, I thought you was UPS, throwing that box down there like that. She believed me. And every time I seen her, he thought I was UPS. He thought I was UPS. I said, I know you wasn't UPS. I was teasing you. I said, you didn't have the brown uniform on. And she just looked at me, rolled her eyes. And then when they left, when I went in there, they gave out donuts. So I got 2 donuts. And when she left with other people, she come out there and said, what size are you? I told her my size. And I said, I don't know if I can receive it. And she threw it at me and kind of grinned. That's one less t-shirt I guess she had to carry wherever she's going. But I said, I'll wear it. And I said, thank you very much. So, t-shirts like, I don't know how much they are now. Probably $15. So even if you just wear it to walk in, out in the rain, it's still worth it. I thought that was hilarious. Threw a t-shirt at me. And this one's a little bit different where I'm walking at now. It's, instead of walking back and forth, it's almost 0.2 of a mile. So if I can do 20 times, that's roughly about 4 miles. So I was at like 3.5 or 3.4. So if I do it like 23 times, it should give me 8 miles. That was number 2. So I've done 2 already. It's hard to keep up with when you ain't paying attention. But yeah, it's so cool. I want to go. I was looking up some of these waterfalls, North Carolina, and there was a hurricane, and a lot of them are still closed. They got wiped out. One of them said it wouldn't be ready till like 2027, but a lot of them are good, but some of them be kind of hard. Had like 500 steps. So I don't know if I could do that anyway, but like a moderate level. So that's what I want to do. I want to be able to go, hiking or whatever. That'd be a good thing to do on the day off. So just sit around, and then I'd definitely get some steps in. Probably sore. Cost a little gas, but fresh air. Get to see nature. So it'll be worth it. It ain't too rainy. It's kind of warm today, but with the rain, it's kind of cool. But yeah, have a good time. Can't find anybody to fix my transmission yet, so I gotta keep looking. And I like my little job. Then I started feeling better, and I said, well, man, maybe I can go do what a young man used to do. And then I look at my age, and I say, well, shoot, I'm 54. I only got 8 years before I could draw Social Security at 62, but it wouldn't be that much, like $1,500 a month. I mean, I could make it because I'm a tightwad, but if I meet somebody, that'd be rough. Or the grandbabies, I might have to help them or something. So, I got to keep walking. So I'm still here for the grandbabies. But yeah, they got all kind of trailers for sale on Facebook. Pretty good deal. So as soon as they get the money, there'll be one right there. I might not be able to use the driveway, so I'll have to walk in the woods probably. But who knows? Maybe the driveway will be clear still. Yeah, but getting older, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll go do this other job. It pays like $5 more an hour, but then I might fall. And it's like, do you have to do that? I'm okay where I'm at now. And I said, well, how long is this job gonna be here? And they said it should be there, but they said this other guy's been working 6 days, so you need to pick up some days. And told them when I first got hired I didn't want to work weekends, and I got out of one of them because they didn't really confirm it, because I asked other people. I said, well, you asked them. I took it for granted they went, so I went ahead and did what I wanted to do. And she told me, you promised. Because somebody's got to be there, so I might have to work some days. I told her I wanted to work these other sites. I shouldn't have said that. I thought it'd be cool, but I'm not classified for another site. Third lap. So that should be close to 4 miles. 20 to go. But yeah, so I can't work overtime to other sites because I'm classified where I'm at now. Unless I was a floater, and then I wouldn't get the hours. So we'll see. Insurance is terrible. So I got that other insurance. Probably the subsidy's going to be cut off. Because there's no payment, but it doesn't pay to you spend like $75. And then, so I asked the doctor I've been going to, and I said, because when you got insurance, some people, like me, don't really pay how much this stuff costs. But you ain't got insurance, and you start looking. The glasses getting fogged up. Sometimes I feel like I can see better without them. Now watch me fall. But, because it's all steamy. But, you get this insurance, and I got a bill when I had insurance, and it was supposed to be good. It's only a $500 deductible. But they didn't pay hardly anything. Because I went to physical therapy, that was like $500. But they didn't pay nothing on that, because you had to meet your deductible. And then the doctor visit was $329. So I think I got to find another doctor. And blood work is like $1,200. That's freaking ridiculous. That's the insurance price. Might be even higher than that. Without insurance, the doctor would be half of that. But I owe like $140. So I'd still have to pay $300 and something for office visit. And I'm like, my doctor's here walking this trail and eating healthier. Not medical advice. But I'm off my blood pressure, sugar, and cholesterol. But eventually I had to have a blood test. But $1,200. That's ridiculous. I was like 327, and now I'm like 283. But they told me 30 pounds, I'd lose it. I'd be able to get off of it. But I couldn't until I cut out the sodium and started eating better. So now I'm eating a little bit healthier than I have my whole life. So I was able to get off my blood pressure pills November the 29th. And today's December the 18th. That's not too bad. I see, I had to tell how many laps I went. So I remember I was sending it to Siri, but sometimes she don't want to work. She got a mind of her own. I'm trying to look at the ground so I don't trip on any stumps. I know I done 3 laps. Almost finished with the 4th one. But anyway, I had to start working some overtime. When I first got hired, September 30th, my first day, and I've already had to work 3 weekends. So that had been 4 days, and then like two shifts. I had to work half a shift on top. So instead of 8 hours, I had to work 12. And the benefits ain't that good. The insurance is terrible. So I went through Marketplace. But anything I got was going to be like 85 to 95, 100. You had to pay before they pay anything. So you can get away with paying cash, but you don't have to go to the doctor a lot. But if I have a car wreck, then it'll be more than $7,500. So then I got the insurance just in case. But it's terrible, this insurance, so expensive. What did I say? That's 4, right? I'm gonna turn this off here in a minute, listen to music. So I had to start working some weekends, and she said, let me know when you can work. And I really don't want to work 6 days. I told her when I got hired I wanted the weekends off. But she said, the other guy's working 6 days. And I said, well, he's been off 4 weekends since September. So, if he wants a weekend off, he'll let us know. So I don't know if she's wanting to move him somewhere else for that coverage. He'd keep me out of trouble, but I'd be just bored to death. But I still got time to walk. And I get about 3.5 miles at work. Ain't too bad. Then I come home and I do my 4.5, sometimes 5. Me and my son walk. He made all these trails. But yeah, so I might have to end up picking overtime. And I said, well, I don't need to ask him, because if I start working it, he might decide he ain't getting enough hours. So he might not want to come back out there. So then I'll be stuck working it all the time. And I said, what about if I want to go on a cruise? I want to be off a week. Because you don't get vacation. But if you let them know in advance, they'll let you know. And she said, but they don't have too many people to cover where I'm at. So if she makes me pull all days and we lose that guy to cover, he'd have to come out there if he still works there. If I go on vacation, I say, well, there's no reason for me to go on a cruise. So I don't want to go by myself. It'd be kind of lonely on a boat. And you can walk around, but when my wife was asleep on some of the cruises, I did some YouTube. You look back at some of my cruise videos. But it's, you don't know nobody. You're just roaming around the boat. That's a little weird. But I'm going to get used to going places by myself now. It's kind of weird still, but nobody be out here walking with me, so I got to do that. Trying to stay healthy and live a couple days longer so I can aggravate my kids. And they aggravate me. They're pretty good at it. But yeah, hope it ain't too boring. They're walking around the woods. You can see the trees in the background. That's 5. So I say it out loud. I remember it. And I went and got a test yesterday. And the lady said, Zumba Duba Rabba. And I tried to say it. And she said, you need to write it down. And she just died laughing. She had to pull her Kleenex out, wiping her tears away of joy. So I'm not going to be able to turn this thing off. My brain's wide open. And, you know, I like Bruce Willis movies. And I seen that he's doing pretty bad. And he's only 16 years older than me. That's it. And my dad and my grandma had dementia, a different type. So, you know, and they say high sugar can cause it. Because I went to see him, and my stepmother gave him ice cream, and he didn't know who it was. About 6 months before he passed. You hear the little birds? It's a little squeaky toy. So, walking, hopefully keep my sugar down and tighten up everything so I won't have to have elastic surgery. And get my mind focused on what's important. And join these woods. There's something about walking in the woods. And I thought I used to be allergic to pine. We got a lot of pine around here, but we got oak. And we got animals. Here's these things that, oh crap. I thought it just broke my glasses. I don't know. Well, might have put them in my pocket though. They got raindrops all over them. I've done 5, so that's 18 more to go. Should be to 8 miles. Then I gotta go get some of that, this walking helps your brain too, because I can't remember nothing. Ensure, see? Got blood pumping through it, helping my old memory. Or today, or I looked at it earlier, instead of the Premier Protein, because it's got that bad stuff in it, and now I can't see the stumps and all. One eye is totally foggy. I'm gonna take these things off. Put them in my pocket. Yep. It's kind of warm. They did have a line over there marking the thing, kind of like a clothesline. I was gonna put my jacket on it, but they took it down. Whew. But yeah, I was gonna record the rain because you could hear it a minute ago. See how hot it is out here. Ain't too bad. Or cold or whatever. I need to wash some clothes tonight. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. Take my jacket off because I'm sweating. But yeah, I need to go get some more of them protein bars. They're like $5 a box. And they're better than the Nature Valley, they say. They don't taste as good. But I can eat them. Make it through the day. Hopefully I won't forget my jacket out here. Put it over here. You got all kind of trees cut down. All right, that was number. Egg on it. See, I had 18. So that should be number 6. I might be wrong. So if I am, you can see I'm losing it already. I think that's 6 laps. It's hard to keep up with. But yeah, nice out here now, even with the light sprinkles. But I figured I'd walk while I can. But if it ain't, no matter what it is, even if it's 5 or 6, I'll look on there and see where my mileage is. And then maybe when I get to about 20, I'll end up going to Walmart and get some more. Well, maybe not. Might wash some clothes and lay down, or maybe post a page of the Bible on my Bible channel that I'm reading. So I like to finish reading the Bible. I've done it about 3 times, but the Bible is so complex, and if you don't have all the theology or know what all that stuff's talking about back in the days where it come from, it's very confusing. Because you go to church and you hear a good preacher and they can explain things that you never would have thought of. And it's like, wow. But I know they know how to study it. And probably got Hebrew and the Latin and understand what it meant back those days and what it means to us. Because we read it, it don't mean it's important, but we don't catch the true meaning. Sometimes, it's like a stumbling block. Like Jesus talking about when he got crucified. It's the one they built, the capstone is what they threw away. Talking about how you tear the temple down, but he's talking about his own body. Stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to say I did 6. So this would be going on 7. Yeah, I thought the driveway would be kind of messed up, but it ain't too bad. I'm still using my original shoes that I bought in October. And these new shoes, they're kind of the ones I wear at work. They're real tight. So I don't know. It's going to take a while to break them in. I'm putting over 3 miles a day on them. But the shoes I'm wearing now are a whole lot more comfortable walking. The other shoes are really tight. And there was another thing, Cash App, it was almost 4% interest on your savings. Well, they're down to like 3.25. So Capital One had a thing where if you put so much money in there, I didn't have it, they would give you like a reward, different levels for how much money you put, and he got 3.4. So I was thinking about moving the money I had in Cash App, my savings, over to Capital One, getting that little bonus. But then I looked at it, and Cash App, you take it out, transfer it to your card, and you can use it right then. Or when you have money go to your checking, you transfer your savings, and you might get 16 or 25 more cent interest that month that you wouldn't have got. All right, 7. So the difference between what I had, if I added it up right, was $1 a month difference for me to put it in Capital One versus Cash App. And Capital One's not as fast as moving the money where you need it. So I said, I'll just stay with Cash App. It's easier. But I don't know how my taxes be affected from it this year, because I didn't buy and sell, but yeah, I use it direct deposit, so we'll see. But the bank ain't even going to offer you like 0.0005. So I might have made 11 cents all month. I make like $20. Big difference. That's at least, 2 small chicken and broccoli with snow peas. $20. That's 2 days eating there. So try to be tight as you can. And I got that, what's it, a Fubu? It's pretty much like a sponge you use in the bathtub. And this is the first one I've had come unraveled. And I don't know if I got a video of that or not, but it looks like a scarf you'd wear. But I need a small arm or a stick to put it on there and bunch it up and then tie it. And I gotta watch the video again if I can find it and hopefully reuse it, because I bought these little ones and I got 2, but they're about half size, so they don't hold as much soap. And the wood's a little bit different, but there's a lot of sand here on this road, so even when it rains, it's like walking in the ocean after the tide goes out. Yeah, said it right. Tide comes in, the water comes in, tide goes out, and it uncovers the sand. But it's like that. So it's kind of neat. It's supposed to be clay everywhere in the upstate, but it's sand and dirt, and there's clay, and there's some clay over there, but it's not as plentiful here as it is in the upstate of South Carolina. It's kind of sandy. So the bad thing about that, it gets everywhere. It gets in your car, it gets in your bed, you have to brush your sheets, it gets on your floors, your carpet, everywhere. But the good thing, you can walk on it when it's raining or it's been raining, and it's not all squishy or get your feet soaked like going through a mud puddle. It's nice little walk. But yeah, I like to go to some of these little hikes, and my mom's gonna go with me, but she got a sore hip right now, so I had to torture her. But it was kind of nice. I thought I'd already got down to 282 or something, but I guess not. So I looked in my YouTube video on Mr. Oil trying to lose weight, and today was the lowest I've got since I've been going. So that's what, 17, 27, like 34, 40, 44 pounds. That ain't bad. So 44 pounds to get off blood pressure medicine and eat right, because I can taste it now. It's a little salty, but I feel a lot better. I don't fall. It's all kind of stumps and all, but my son made all these trails to ride his bike on, and I never, I'd see him go in the woods, come out, in and out. About 4 years, and then I was trying to figure out how to walk, because you don't want to walk in the public trail, and everybody there is faster than I am. I try, but they just go. Even had a family of 4: the husband, the mom, daughter, and the 2 younger boys, and the youngest one probably about 7 or 9, and he's the only one that was trailing behind. The rest of them look like an army squad, and they passed me like twice, and it's only supposed to be a mile around that track. I think it said 8? Yeah. So it's only supposed to be about a mile, and they had but if you walk in the middle, it's further, because I started out at 4 miles and went around twice. Went in the bathroom, probably about 4/10 of a mile, and then walked around the building, and it ended up being like 4.2 miles. So it's further than a mile. That was only 2 laps and a bathroom break, and I got my 8 miles in. But yeah, you get out here, a lot of times I had to go to the bathroom like 4 times because I had the damage from the blood pressure medicine. Not medical advice, but just my personal opinion. Molipine, it makes you retain fluid, so it damaged in the veins that you got little gateways, and it just made me start. It made you swelling up, and I got off of it. I'm not swelling up, and but when I walk, it pumps the blood using my legs as like a pumping machine, and it circulates all the water that's in me that's extra and get rid of it, which you're supposed to do. So my goal is the top, the 180, but I want to be maybe 160, and hopefully everything tightens up. So that's I'm about a third way there, I guess, because that'd be at least 120, or maybe almost a third of the way there. 47 pounds, 47, it'd be like 180 something, I guess, right now. So it'd be like almost a third, a little bit less than a third of the way there. Ooh, woo, about fell. Watching that stump. The stumps will get you, and they're only like 2 inches high, maybe an inch high, or the roots going across. When you're riding the bike, it don't bother, just bouncing over it. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here so it ain't too long. I know I might add some more to it, and thank y'all for watching, and hopefully I'll remember how many steps I got. And if it gets cold and I ain't finished, then that'll give me a reason to go to Walmart, pick up some Ensure protein drinks, make sure I ain't got too many calories, and some more of them granola bars that rated better than the Nature Valley according to Yuka. It ain't raining too bad. So here we go. It's at 10 plus 5. That's what, 15 more to go. Should be pretty close to 8 miles.